Hey, how goes it? Ken Bozak, here to talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin accessories. And today I'm with JT Nguyen, CEO and co-founder of Gameflip.com, and we're going to be talking a little bit about in-game content, transactions of digital assets. JT, could you please introduce yourself? Let everybody know like who you are, a little bit of your background, let them know how you got into Bitcoin and how that led you to where you're at today.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me on your show. I'm JT. I've been a serial entrepreneur for almost 20 years now. This is my fifth startup,
Oh,
and
wow.
my passion is really working with smart people to build products that are engaging for big communities. And the gamer community is awesome. We've been in the gaming space for 10 years, and we just love it because there's so many changes, so many things to keep up with, and so much creativity. In terms of getting into Bitcoin, we've seen the trend. We've actually been working with Bitcoin on our platform for almost 2 years now. We've accepted Bitcoin payments and Bitcoin payouts since, like I said, almost 2 years ago when the exchange rate was less than $500. So we've seen it skyrocket, and we expect a lot more to come.
That's awesome. Think about people earning Bitcoin by playing a video game, getting some in-game content, trading that in-game content for Bitcoin. It's like, how can you not earn money in this age? I saw your app for the Google Play Store has over 100,000 downloads. I talked to my friends about this upcoming interview, and they already knew about Gameflip, and they don't even know about Bitcoin. So it's really cool that things like Gameflip are on-ramping the mainstream gamers into the Bitcoin community. I wanted to talk a little bit about how your platform works and what really brought you to bringing it to life. What birthed Gameflip.io or
Yeah,
.com?
very good question. Before GameFlip, the same team of 10 people, we built a publishing business called Area Games. And what that company was, we licensed free-to-play games from Asia, and we launched them all over the world. In the Western markets, really the US, Europe, and LATAM. And so we were a publisher for over 7 years. We understood how this model worked. And Area Games grew to 300 people, 100 million in revenue.
Whoa.
But guess what? One of the huge, huge issues in the space is everyone wants to cash out, right? Like you said, you're playing your game for 100 hours a week, and you're spending $500 a month. Suddenly, you get tired of the game, or you want something valuable in the game that you don't have. You go to a forum and you cash out, and guess what? You get ripped off. Well, it's not like there's a GameStop for digital goods. That's the concept. Why in the world wouldn't a gamer be able to cash out safely and securely and reinvest? And this is great for publishers. This is great for gamers. There just hasn't been a technology or a platform that is trusted, that scales well. And so for us, that's the vision for GameFlip. We want to give back to the community and build something that's safe for them to use.
GameStop for digital content, dude. That's exactly what it is, though, because that's what people want to do. They have a digital item or they need a digital item, but like you said before, there was no safe place to go, and that's why, like, when I hear people that are into Bitcoin creating projects that aren't just buying coin or invest, like, you know what I mean? It's awesome because like you could have put that money into any digital asset and made more money than it would have if you started a company that's doing some good. So you're really contributing to society with a platform like this. Like, find a need, fix a need, and that's what Gameflip.com is doing, especially like you said, when people get ripped off. Now I wanted to talk a little bit about the upcoming ICO. Your pre-ICO did very well. Can you tell us a little bit about how that went and why you think it was so successful?
Yeah, so for us, we're new to the crypto space and ICOs in general. Just as a background, I've raised over $10 million for GameFlip to date,
Holy
dollars in
shit.
the Bay Area. And we've invested, millions of dollars building the platform. Today, if you look at our website, our apps, everything runs really smoothly with a team of 10 people. It scales extremely well because of the technology we've built. And then we saw the whole token sale, and it solved a couple problems for us. Problems we're always trying to resolve anyways. Just remember, we want to become the go-to marketplace for gamers. One of the key things is really how do you prevent fraud from happening, period, across all digital goods transactions? Well, guess what? With blockchain, it's a clear ownership, right? Gamers, you can clearly identify ownership of digital goods if you put them on the blockchain. You can use smart contracts to securely transact and share the proceeds with everybody. So that solves the technical issue. But on the token design side, you can actually issue tokens to incentivize game publishers, right? They are the gatekeepers. You don't do anything in this world without game publishers agreeing to doing it. For example, all the goods that you have, even if it's on the blockchain, the game itself has to validate, hey, that item is valid for this game. Publishers say no, you're stuck with a digital good sitting on the blockchain that does nothing in the game. For us, it's like, how do we incentivize game publishers? Well, we took 40% of our flip tokens, and we're going to allow game publishers to sell it to their community. Once they're able to sell it to their community, guess what? They get all the proceeds. Right? We're not taking the proceeds. We're giving those proceeds to the game publishers to make sure that they're properly incentivized to work with us. It's a win-win situation for all parties if this happens.
Wow, yeah, that's really well thought out. And like you said, it's really all about the publishers. If there's nobody designing anything, there's nothing there. You can have all the ideas you want. You need the creators. And that's another thing, games that you can play that don't allow you to, I guess in a sense, monetize the time you played in the game. I want to be able to invest my time in a game, find some in-game content, and maybe sell it later when I'm not playing. And if a game company designs a game that doesn't allow me to do this, I may just go on to the next game that does. So this is going to incentivize future games to be designed in a way where people can do that. Now, what is the ICO and this token? How is this going to make the Gameflip.com platform better than, say, the way you're going about it now, or just using Bitcoin directly?
Yeah, so today you can buy and sell digital goods on our platform using either crypto, Bitcoin, or fiat, dollars, PayPal, etc., credit cards. In the short term, what we'll do is we will allow Flip to be also a payment option. So within Q1 of next year, you can use Flip to actually purchase probably any digital good on our platform. So it's very simple integration. After that, Flip will be utilized across the platform, publishers, to allow their gamers to buy digital goods that are placed on the blockchain. So, for example, what we're saying is, hey, don't put everything in the blockchain. We want to give you control, right? Whatever you feel comfortable putting on the blockchain as a use case, let's do it. And for those items, you can only use Flip to purchase them. So we'll start really introducing Flip to their community, and we've reserved a bunch of Flip for our own community. We'll start giving that out to people as incentives to try the system. In the long term, what does that mean? To acquire certain digital goods is to use Flip. And with a $100 billion business, there's going to be a lot of demands for Flip everywhere once we scale the business. That's the key, right? Controlling the supply and making sure there's increased demand over time. We're also very smart at when do we unlock and distribute. So when we designed the system, very carefully thought about that, obviously in economic theory, supply and demand, to make sure everyone is happy with the appreciation of Flip.
So the Flip token will essentially be a utility token, right? Or is it just a currency token? Just this.
It is a complete utility token that will be used to purchase items within our marketplace, and of course, it's an infrastructure, a decentralized ecosystem, so other marketplaces can build on top of our ecosystem and still use Flip, and they could also be rewarded for doing so. But for us, it's not just about building Gameflip, it's about allowing others to extend decentralized ecosystem and build it out for their own communities. We don't necessarily have to be the only marketplace around.
Mm-hmm. I like that you say, like, I don't like the ideas of monopolies. I like competition, and it makes your job easier if somebody's, working on it, maybe in a different company, but you're all contributing to the same end goal. I like that you're saying that. Your ICO, I want to check this. It's in 13 days and 18 hours or so. How do people enter it, though? That's the question I get a lot. It's like, I know there's an ICO, but how do I enter? Can I even enter in the US? Is there a KYC? Is the SEC all over this? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. Well, for one, the central point of our authority for the ICO is tokensale.gameflip.com. So you can go to that site and read about all the details. For us, it is a utility token. However, we are not targeting the US. We're targeting all of the other investors outside the US.
Smart.
There's specific reasons for this. I don't want to get into all the details of it. I think people understand. But for us, it's really about finding a crowd and crowdsourcing a large number of people that would support the project. That's the goal here. Remember, we already have raised 10 million in capital. The goal is, of course, capital is great, but we want early adopters. We want people that really believe in our project, really buy the flips, and also use them within the marketplace as we launch it. So once again, tokensale.gameflip.com is where you can find all of the relevant information. And enter the token sale. The minimum is 0.1 ETH, which is roughly 30 bucks.
Yep, that's what I was going to ask, if there was a minimum. Yeah, that's not crazy at all.
Open to everybody, like I mentioned before. For the we really want a large crowd sale and adopters. There will be some bonuses for the early the first couple weeks, 20%, and then they'll drop down over time. For us, it's really about we raised $1 million in the pre-sale. We're looking to raise a soft cap of roughly $5 million. Of course, we're happy if we can raise more than that. Something to mention there is we've already built the product. We already have the team.
That's the main point.
If you look at our advisors, our advisors is co-founder of Electronic Arts, the founder of Greedy, the founder of Bitcoin. We know all the people in the gaming space. And so we don't need a tremendous amount of capital to prove that this can work. Once it does, we may raise more capital, but unlike other projects, A, we know gaming. We know how to get this done. We know how to work with publishers. And B, we don't need to raise $50 million. I think for us, it's always about cautious about managing the capital and delivering results to our investors and our shareholders and whoever supports us. So I think that makes those points really differentiate from us from other projects out there.
I was just going to ask, I had a comment in the chat box here. What is, or who is one of your biggest competitors, and how do you, how do you set yourself apart from that? What makes you better than your closest competitor in a sense?
I think our competitors in the space right now, if you're talking about ICO-wise, would be Engine, Market, and Wax. And if you go back to the points that I just made, none of them seem to really understand that without game publishers, this will never happen. And for us, we are the best positioned to work with game publishers. We were a publisher. We know all the publishers out there. We partner with everybody out there. We have a platform that understands what publishers want. And so I think we're, as I mentioned, best positioned versus those guys, because they generally don't have a product. They have a plan. They may have a community, but it's not specifically a marketplace community. And some of them even think that they can do it without partnering with publishers. So if you target those three guys, I think they have some issues to tackle. And we do too, of course. But I still think we have the right team and strategy to make it happen.
Speaking of strategy, do you have a strategy for getting, newer games or new game companies to have a means of content or in-game content transfer? Because there's so many games out there that it's not even possible to trade in-game content, but it should be. Or is there anything you're working on to get new, that aren't already into this?
Well, the thing is, good question. We have been in the space, as I mentioned, and we published probably 100 different free-to-play games at Area Games. So we understand how to monetize games. We understand how to design games. We can definitely work with publishers and developers to help them optimize monetization. But it all boils down to one thing. When we build a SDK that makes it flexible for publishers to achieve their goals? And the answer is yes, because we know what it takes. We understand, how to integrate to a game, and we understand what the levers are that are important to publishers. So we develop that for them. It's really easy. All they have to do is decide, hey, what items do I want to put on the blockchain, and how does that work with my game design? And we can work with them on that. So ideally, yeah, we would like every single game to have a trading system, have a robust economy where publishers can generate a new revenue stream. Gamers are all happy. We, of course, are happy as well.
It's a win-win-win-win-win. Too many wins. It sounds bad after too many wins. People start people start to ask questions if there's too many people winning on every side. They're like, but where's the scam? And it's like, no, that's the thing. You're not used to this shit. This is how the economy should work.
It is not easy, I can tell you, right? Blockchain is a new technology, and the revenue stream is a new revenue stream. So to be direct, this is not easy, but it's something worth tackling because it's a huge opportunity. If you do it right, it's going to be very, very large, massive. Look at the $2 billion business from GameStop for reselling physical goods. Imagine digital goods being 100 times bigger than that.
Oh, it will be.
No friction. Shipping, you don't have to go to the store. All you got to do is press a button, send in some crypto, right?
Right.
You're done. You got your digital good.
You don't have to worry about the game being scratched and taking it back, saying, oh, you didn't get insurance on it. You should have bought the insurance.
That's why we really love the business of digital goods connected to crypto. It's an ideal platform and solution for gamers worldwide.
Well, I didn't even realize the problem in selling in-game content until I talked to one of my buddies, Kyle. He's like my official gamer correspondent for the show. So shout out to Kyle. But we were talking about that. Like, people get ripped off by, thinking they're about to buy digital content from a player directly, and they get nothing. Or somebody was selling in-game content and they never got the money after they sent the goods. So, like, I didn't even think of that being a problem. So, I mean, just now it being on my radar, like, seriously, I feel selfish saying this, but, like, thank you for putting all the time and effort into Gameflip.com, because I selfishly want to use the platform now that I know it exists. Like I said, people can earn Bitcoin by playing video games. I'm so about to get into Rocket League. I'm so hyped right now for Rocket League, because this is one of the questions I wanted to ask. What is the highest valued in-game content item that has ever been sold on Gameflip.com?
Well, I think the first game that we started with is CSGO, and the skins that we're talking about there, several $1,000s, right? When you talk in that level, you do not want to get ripped off, right? If you lose that kind of valuable item, you're going to go home and cry. A platform like ours really helps protect you. But once again, there's every day, thousands of items worth $1 or $2 that could worth $1,000. For us, it really doesn't matter the size or the volume or the price of the item. It's more about security and transparency for the game.
See, for me, though, I think you're missing, like, a pitch. Gameflip.com makes it possible to earn crypto while playing video games. I mean, because I'm all crypto, like, that's my tunnel vision. So I'm just seeing that, like, so many people are going to get into the flip token, or they're going to see the Bitcoin pay option, and they're going to be like, yo, I can really invest in these cryptocurrencies by playing video games. I'm excited, especially for Rocket League. I checked it out a little bit, and I'm not much of a gamer. I just got a PlayStation VR thing. I was thinking about setting up a Twitch account. So, like, I'm just starting to get into that stuff and to think about creating game content, and even playing games now. I can sell the in-game content. It's just weird when people tell me that's like, I don't know how to make money in this day and age. I'm like, you can play a video game and sell the in-game content. Come on, Gameflip.com, man. Go make some money playing video games.
Exactly. Or just tell your buddy to quit a game. Hey, can I have your account?
Oh, wow. yeah, like, oh, this game's not fun anymore, man. Yeah, I don't like it. But if you want, I'll buy the content off you, I guess. What is your favorite game, though? I do have that on my notes here. I wanted to ask, what's your favorite game, and do you use your own platform frequently?
I use my platform all the time, to be honest. I don't have a lot of time for games. I have two kids, very young, 5 and basically a 1-year-old. So I spend a lot of time with my family. Any extra time I have, it's really about taking a nap.
Oh,
But what I really like are new games that come out and really create a huge community around them. If you look in the past couple of years, right, Pokemon Go came out of nowhere
yeah, that was
and called
crazy.
PG, right? So for me, it's always interesting to see different genres and how communities are built around them. Honestly, I still don't know how they get that use that viral effect. That's something I'm really interested in better understanding. But I try to keep track of the latest games. But I am just not a good gamer. I get beat all the time. I suck.
Is there any way we can get Pokemon Go on Gameflip.com so I can get some cheap Pokeballs because they're overpriced in the game? I feel like somebody would sell me them much cheaper, peer to peer.
You know what? I would really love it. We've been waiting for Pokemon Go to really have a nice, robust trading system any day now. They're
Yeah.
really kind of how that game works with a lot of locale based as well as the trading system's not really out there yet, right?
Well,
So,
yeah, people
so
sell their whole account, so they'll just sell you their Pokemon Go account. I see it on eBay all the time, and people
no,
get ripped off.
I know we're looking into that right now for mobile games. Every mobile game is a little bit different. How do you trade an account? Are you sending your Apple Play, entire account, and then can you take it back? That's why we look at different levers for fraud. We actually don't pay out the seller, new sellers, instantly. We withhold some funds to make sure that the buyer doesn't get ripped off.
That's
Make
good.
sure that they actually get the digital good and use it. For example, an account, you can always take it back, right? So a lot of these challenges we look into so far, because of the token sale, it kind of slowed us down on the mobile side.
Right.
Definitely.
Got to
Anyways,
focus,
our mobile
yeah.
apps are out. We try. Remember, 10 people.
Yeah, yeah. 10 people strong though, man. That's literally an army. I mean, 10 people, but a 10-person army, man. You're doing work. Maybe not to free idea. You can have this, but why not log in with Gameflip.com? I get an email and password from your website. I log into Pokemon Go, and then instead of selling my Google account or my Apple ID, I just sell the Gameflip login with.
Yes, yes, understood. For us, so far, we haven't integrated with publishers or Gameflip.com itself.
Right.
Our goal is to do that with the Flip token. We can build the SDK, but I think we're at a size where we need to continue to scale before the publishers will really want to work with us. Not that we're doing anything crazy or sketchy, but it's just a matter of bandwidth for them, right? If they're so large, they're growing so fast, there's only so many partners they can work with. So.
And
If
new is risky. I can feel that for the publishers, but I feel like once they see the power that this will give them, as opposed to being powerless and working under somebody, you can work for yourself. You have the ability to be a designer. You're a publisher. You can go freelance now or something. So I mean, what you're working on is empowering the people who really design digital content to be freelance digital architects.
Exactly. I look at it kind of like in the early days of YouTube, where a lot of the content was, from people that actually own them, but it got onto YouTube. But over time, they license all this content and actually work with the content owners. This could be a similar picture where we scale, we grow, we show that use case, and then we partner with the publishers. And we've always said day one, we want to work with them. And I think a lot of other marketplaces in the space just try to ignore them. I just think that's the wrong path to head down.
So what's coming up next? Is there anything on the list after the ICO? Something that you might be able to talk about that's coming up after all this?
Yeah, there's a few things as we just mentioned with Gameflip.com, the mobile stuff. We really want to tackle and manage that. Like you said, there's a lot of mobile accounts that people want to resell. That's something that we're interested in facilitating. After the token sale, we want to build out the blockchain. We actually want to build a use case and start working with publishers. We've been in talks with a handful of publishers. There's definitely strong interest, but we need to really build out the technology to show them that it works. We're in the midst of that. So there's a lot of exciting things with blockchain and even without blockchain. So there's really two sides of our business that will be growing. within the first half of next year.
Have you thought about maybe trying to put a team together to make a game under your own name, like be a game publisher?
You know what? We were a game developer also for many years. After we sold Area Games, actually we were a company called Play Next, and we worked with Disney and Ubisoft to build some
What?
mobile games. Yeah, we did.
Dude, how did I
Not
get
the
you on
most,
my show? This dude, you're all kinds of impressive. Damn.
yeah. So, for us, we've tried everything in the gaming space, and we know what our limitations are. We know what we're really good at, and I think we found a really good area for us to focus on, which is Gameflip. But yeah, game development has its own challenges. Awesome when you work with big IP, but it's also very challenging because you move a lot slower
Mm-hmm.
than you normally do in your own game. So, like I said, we are very experienced entrepreneurs. We
Very.
have 9, 10 of us, probably over a century of experience building companies.
Well, I know I'm confident. I mean, I would, like I said, I know I can't because the USA and all. Maybe I could end on a question like this. Do you know what exchanges will be hosting the Flip token? That way I can get some because I can't invest in the USA, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, right now we're already on the decentralized Ether Delta. That
Okay.
exchange is really good. I see it getting a lot of volume from a lot of new projects. We're talking to a handful of the large ones as well.
Awesome.
So for us, it's not a problem getting on the exchanges. It's more about really making sure that you have a good plan for the token to appreciate and to hold its value and to become valuable to the gamers. That's where we're focusing our energy. We will definitely handle coming down.
Awesome, dude. Thank you so much, JT, for coming on. I do have a giveaway I wanted to do. If you want to stick around, I'm giving away 1 Litecoin right now live to a random viewer. So, everybody watching, I hope you have entered the contest below in the description box. It looks like I have about 300 entries. I'm going to go ahead, my girlfriend with the drum roll here, pick a winner live. Draw 1 winner. You will be contacted via email. All you have to do is reply to the email with your Litecoin address, and you have won 1 whole Litecoin. Shout out Tyler Irish. You won. You won. Aaron go brah. You won. Awesome. So there goes the Litecoin winner of the day, JT from Gameflip.com. Thank you so much. I wish you the best success. The ICO, guys, goes live in 18 days, and it's a 0.1 ETH minimum entry. US, unfortunately, not invited to the party, but it will be on Ether Delta, and it will be on multiple exchanges. Thank you, JT. If you want, let people know where they can find you. A little bit of, the ending feed there.
They can always find me anywhere they want. I'll be on a lot of these shows trying to discuss this, but for me, they can find through our website. Definitely look at token sale. If they want to contact me through LinkedIn, probably the fastest way.
Awesome. All right, guys, there you have it. Thank you so much, man. Everybody have a night.
Thank you very much.